All right. Like you were saying, my name is Terrell Midget. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. Um, I was born in the eastern part of the state, which is in Union City, North Carolina. But I'm I'm married to Latrice Midget, and I'm a father of two. I have a 24-year-old and a 5-year-old, so it's quite a few years apart. I'm self-employed. We run a family-owned business, 3 decades. My father was the founder. I came to take over from him, and now I have a son that's in business with us also. Um, um, 40, 43 years old. Um, since fifth grade, I found my first spot was right here on my fingers, right here. When I was around in fifth grade, and we didn't know what it was. And when I went to middle school, it was first two pieces was right here in the corner of my eye, and so that's whenever I got introduced to dermablend, and I started wearing dermablend on my face right around here as it progressed. Wherever it spread to, that's why that's why I wear dermablend. So I wore dermablend for 35 years. Um, it took me well, I had a support team, so my parents actually put it on me. Start out my mother, and I guess when I got to maybe eighth grade, my father started doing it. So he would go out in the morning and get the guys start working, and he'll come back and he'll put it on. And he kind of blended a little better, and so it gave me a better look. So everybody has has been in this process with me. Like my mother started out with put my makeup on, and then my father, and then once I got a little older and I wanted to go when I wanted to go, I just started putting it on myself. So that's pretty much been my support. I tried Poover when I was actually in 10th grade. Um, I tried the light box treatment, and I can't say if it worked or not. I might have did it for a year and a half, and the side effects, I was getting burned real bad, and it just took away. It took away pretty much a lot of my time. I had to wear the big block shades for 24 hours after I take my pills and after the treatment. And I thought I can make it through it. I didn't like the sunglasses, so my parents bought me some designer glasses. At the time, it was called Emmanuel Khan's K glasses, sunglasses, and it was pretty stylish. Which I was kind of winging it, like I was wearing sunshades. But it's just that whenever I was in high school, two separate buildings. We had the east building and the west building. So I had mastered wearing the shades for 24 hours. I just didn't master it on rainy days. So on rainy days, I had to leave from one building to the next. That created a problem for me because when I walk around the halls, people would say, "Well, why are you in the rain with sunglasses on?" So that kind of got me into a little shell. So during that period, is a lot of times I was late for class because what I would do was wait in one building until all the students were in class, and then I would transfer from one building to the next with my shades on. Um, it's just it's been an ongoing thing. I've wore it for so long. It was I think I kept it on a little too long, but I didn't know how to transition to just go cold turkey without taking my makeup off. Um, and so many people didn't know if they knew that I wore makeup, they didn't know how much it had my face had progressed. So just battling mentally wise, it just wasn't I just wasn't comfortable. Um, I guess the new age of social media kind of put me in a position to go kind of cold turkey. When I go out in public, I had uh, my my makeup up to this point right here. So I would get comments like, "Why are you in blackface?" or somebody would take pictures. Yeah, so I would get all types of crazy comments. So it was just um, it was just a bad time. I was drawing a lot of attention to myself. That was, I was comfortable in my makeup, but again, I was drawing a lot of attention. Just going to the grocery store, people take pictures. Pumping gas, people take pictures. I went to get my driver's license, and back in July, and the examiner refused to take my picture because I had my makeup on, and yeah, so I had and we kind of went back and forth on it. Where I was telling him that I had, I've had a driver's license since I was 16, and I'm, turning 43, and you're looking at my picture on your screen along with my passport, and you see um, how I look with my makeup on. And he was saying, well, the only way I can help you is if you go in there and wash your face. And that was really a wake up call. There's none. There's no family history of it. That we can trace it. It's just me. And that's why I was just like, you know, go, I had a son at an early age. My son, I was 18 years old when my son was born. So, that's when I was really full swing into finding out who I am, along with raising a child, along with me having vitiligo. And I missed out on a lot. Actually, we during the process of me trying to figure out how I was going to just take my makeup off, um, I'm Googling, and I stumbled across World Vitiligo Day. And uh, I'm seeing that it's June 25th, and I was just like, something needs to be done so people would know. When I go out in public, people would say, uh, what is that? Or, sometimes it's not the appropriate place to ask those questions, but people, whatever comes up will come out, especially when it dealt with my skin disorder. So I had contacted a couple of friends, and one of my friends, she's a producer with the local radio, local TV station, and I was telling her that I had contacted some celebrities. I had contacted the newspaper, and they pretty much didn't see it as a story. The local newspaper here, they wanted me to purchase an ad, and the ad was like $5,000 to promote what vitiligo is. And I said, well, I can walk in your newsroom right now, and probably half your staff gonna stop doing what they're doing to look up to see me walk across. Yeah, if that's not a story, then, I don't know what is. But like I said, I talked to a friend of mine that's a director at a news station. So she was able to. We were supposed to do a documentary on vitiligo, and at the moment she was working on a project. And so she was like, "Well, let's capture some footage to promote for World Vitiligo Day." So they did a health segment on June 25th with the local doctor, Dr. Allen Midg, and he did a segment on awareness along with telling people what vitiligo was. And during that segment, um, uh, Katrina Christian, she's with the North Carolina Vitiligo Support Group, and she saw it, and she reached out to me through the TV station, and we linked up. And her and her husband came over, and we sat down and talked for a few hours, and we just kind of connected because you know um, even though we have different journeys, it's kind of the same results for people that don't have vitiligo. Some of the comments they may be said, um, some of the things, and so during that WRL piece, uh, that was the first time I publicly took off my makeup. So I took it off during the WRL piece, and I allowed them to see me to 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 put it on. And so I probably wore it another month and a half after that piece, just because people make a comment on social media like, we're proud of you. You don't need the makeup, and it was building me up, but still I had some fear of going out in public, seeing some classmates and some friends, and just catching them off guard. So just one night, I decided that we was having a reunion, all class reunion. Me and my friends usually do annually, and I just decided that night would be the night that I won't wear makeup anymore. And so that morning I got up and I had a friend of mine, the photographer. He came over and he took some pictures of me without my makeup on. And I typed up a letter, just saying that it's me. I need to support more than ever. And one of my friends, he's heavy on social media, and I just had him to blast it out. So by the time I got to the event that night, it was pretty much out there. So people, they received me. And, once I took it off, I guess it was kind of, I wouldn't say culture shock, but it was a shock in my community, which is Raleigh, North Carolina, which I've been pretty much been raised here all my life. I'm pretty well known in the southeast side of Raleigh, North Carolina. But I had to, in the last 7, 8 months, kind of reinvent myself or reintroduce myself because I no longer look the same. So, unless I smile or I talk, it takes a minute for somebody, oh, that's Terrell. So from going around being the most recognizable person in the world, or in Raleigh, to kind of fading off to the side. I can go around to the mall and in the past somebody would throw their hand up and wave. I don't really get those type of looks any longer. So if I see somebody, eye contact, I'll speak. But usually I just go on about my merry way and just live life. Okay, yeah. That was kind of that was birthed between me and Perry Whaley out of Atlanta. Actually, whenever the night that thank you, baby girl. My daughter's coming on. You want to wave? This is my baby girl right here. Say hey. All right. All right. All right. So all right. Okay, baby. All right. So so Perry Whaley, he was one of the ones that called me along with Katrina Christian, man. He was telling me to be strong and some of the things that he had going on. So we would talk on several occasions, and it was one weekend that me and my parents actually it was the first weekend that I took my makeup off, and I was in Myrtle Beach, and we had talked, and I graduated from Shaw University, and he graduated from a rival school, which is Virginia State, and we were just talking about awareness and how to get the word out, and he's a vitiligo man of action, so he kind of inspired me to kind of do something together, and what we did that night was I said let's do a basketball game like a breast cancer. I have breast cancer games. Let's do something for vitiligo. So I ended up calling the athletic director for Shaw University along with the head basketball coach for Shaw University and asked if we can do a vitiligo game when Shaw and Virginia State played um, basketball. And just scheduling wise, it didn't fit. Shaw didn't have a home game against Virginia State. The Virginia State game was in Virginia. So that did not work out. But I was able to lock in a Shaw University day. And from there, it led to me contacting some other folks. I have a friend that's the head coach of North Carolina Central. So I contacted him. I contacted another head coach, a friend of mine in South Carolina, Claflin College. And, I also contacted another friend of mine. His name is Dana Hubbard. Dana was the sports information director at Norfolk State. I really wanted to do something at Norfolk State because they had a president one time at Norfolk State. His name is, I want to say, Russell Wilson. You know, the quarterback that plays for Seattle Seahawks, I'm sorry. Well, his grandfather was the president of Norfolk State. Well, Russell has a brother that has vitiligo. So I was trying to bring all of that together. Just because, you know, when I was trying to bring awareness or advocate, I was trying to piggyback on other celebrities' platforms and to help us push along and make uh, uh, this this disease something that people would know. A lot of people see it as cosmetic, but they don't know what it does to my heart, what it does to my head. Um, but so I just try to create my own platform at that point, and I just try to bring associations in to to do that. And we was able to. I think Claflin was the first event. That one got canceled because it was scheduling conflict. Then it was Norfolk State. Um, Mr. Hubbard took another position with he does screenwriting and playwriting, so he had a better opportunity. So that fell through the crack. So we started out with was only fitting that we do it at home, with my home school at Shaw University, and my school really really laid it out for me. Yeah, I think it's definitely strength in numbers. Just to be able to have a conversation with people who's dealing with or having some of the same struggles that you may have, that nobody else can understand what's going on. It's a comfort zone, and uh, I know the little bit of time that I've been with the group. Um, when we're together, I don't get those stares. I don't get those pictures. Um, um, when I was wearing my makeup, um, if I saw someone out in public that has vitiligo, um, usually I wouldn't speak. I wouldn't, approach them, just because, I know how it felt when I was always approached. It wasn't a morning or a day that went by that somebody didn't say anything about the way I look, and I might have been my biggest critic. I don't know. But, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is, what you doing? Can you go downstairs? I'm sorry, y'all. But the first thing you do is you wake up, you look in the mirror, and that was the hardest thing. Oh, I mean, it was definitely a great experience. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to go and see how things are being moved. Um, like I said, in the last 8 months, I started out on a journey by myself, and I picked up a million friends. A million people that has skin disorder just like me, and to see the doctors and their knowledge of what vitiligo is, where it comes from, um, what needs to be done. You know, it just it was it was it was a great experience. Um, um, for those doctors to not know what to not have directly have vitiligo, and the passion that they have to research what vitiligo is, or where it comes from, or you know how to diagnose it. I just think it's great. Along with, on our behalf, being able to 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 add their piece with our walk. it's definitely something that's going to be uh, something great. I mean, just being able to be a part of that is definitely big. I'm just looking forward to just meeting everybody. Like I said, is that for the last 8 months, it's kind of been on the been I've been running quite a bit. You know, uh, I've experienced vitiligo as a child along with adults. So my push has been um, is is awareness, and also like the kids. Um, um, if and today, growing up now has to be way different than when it was when I was coming through, just because of social media. If you know if I went somewhere and somebody said something that wasn't fair or something was disrespectful, then I can probably say something back. But in today's social media days, is um, somebody can take a post, and that's the unfair part about my journey is to make sure that people know what vitiligo is, um, and people can accept it in a way that they accept any other thing that's going on in the world right now. Um, I struggled a whole lot with just life. Growing up, playing basketball games. Uh, I wasn't the best athlete, but I tried hard. Um, and just you know, if you're playing basketball, just you somebody might not want to guard you. Or after the end of the game, when people shaking hands, you had some people that were shaking hands, and some people just wouldn't shake their hands, and it wasn't just because they were upset. It was just that they didn't know what vitiligo was, thinking that it's contagious or they can get vitiligo. So I just think those days need to go away. People need to know what it is. Um, um, I can't help it. Um,
I hope, again, I'm just so excited with what Terrell Midget is doing in North Carolina. Just a passionate person who took many, many years to get to where he is with his stage in vitiligo. And I'm just so impressed by him, and I cannot wait to meet him in June. I think he's a breath of fresh air. I don't know what I asked you, Adrian. You can see me. That's what I asked you. He's just a breath of fresh air in our community, and so many of us women are part of it. But we're excited to have men, as in Wallace, who just yeah, I know my audio is way better, isn't it? Wallace Henry, who is a great male lead, Perry Whaley, Andre Yakim, lots of great things, lots of great men in our community, and Terrell is part of this now, and I'm just very excited where it's going, and what he's doing in North Carolina and how he was able to represent us. So anyway, I'm gonna try to tweak this, guys. Again, I apologize with the sound. What I might do is just download this video and then kind of cut me out and then maybe just pop the questions on what he answers, because I think there's a lot of, it's just his story is so great. Just lots of great things that he had said, and his journey with vitiligo, and just going from wearing makeup in junior high school and elementary to where he is today, going to the American Academy of Dermatology, leading the way for advocacy. So what a journey, you guys. Just so impressed with Terrell Midget, and I can't wait to meet you, Terrell, in June. So circling back to that. So June World Vitiligo Day conference in Houston this year. The registration is still open until April 20th. So please, 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 if you are at all interested in meeting myself, or Terrell or many other people with vitiligo. It's a wonderful, wonderful community event for people with vitiligo. So I really recommend it. So go to HoustonVitiligoAwareness.com to register. Still plenty of spots open, lots of great things. So anyway, that's all I have for tonight, you guys. Love you all. Thank you, Terrell Midget, for coming on and talking on Facebook Live. And next time we'll have better audio. I apologize for that. And hope you have a lovely day. Bye.